on we go then. Or down we go. And I guess technically, since we're going right to left, you are before this next level, so yeah, we'll talk to Flame Man first. I need to keep my weight down so I don't eat much. I usually just go with a salad and a nice cold glass of water. Okay, whatever takes your fancy. I'm more partial to a nice cold glass of orange juice myself, but yeah, go with what you want. 28th place, 128 up, or 128 up. Spiky Situation. Score 31.8. 35, 24, 34, 38, 28. And before I enter the level, I'm going to do a little bit of a setup for it, because assuming this is the level I think it is, and I'm not going to set myself to look up a giant jackass. I think the name of the level pretty much gave it away to me. I'm pretty sure this is what I think it's going to be, but yeah, let's just say this level's going to be right up my street. I've sort of gushed about levels that have paid homage to other games that I've kind of liked, so Shovel Knight, for instance, or VVV. Yeah, while I maybe can't say there's a particular game that I like, and quote unquote like, but yeah, let's just say this one's going to be wholly appropriate for me. As if evidenced by the save point over there, we've got I Want to Be the Guy. So, yeah, long-time subscribers, watchers of my channel will know that I have played various I Want to Be the Guy fan games on my channel. Probably one of the main reasons why I even started a YouTube channel in the first place. So, yeah, having a Mag Mammal contest level devoted to I Want to Be the Guy, that's going to get a thumbs up from me. Of course, that does mean that we are playing. I'm not sure why I bothered hitting that, but particularly from this side, since I've got no chance of getting round to get it. That does mean that we are going to be playing with a lot of instantaneous death from pits and, most notably, spikes. Lots and lots of spikes. Well, of course, we are playing I Want to Be the Guy. But, yeah, I Want to Be the Guy is known for a lot of, one-hit KOs. Where basically if you get hit, you die. It's a game over. But you've got infinite continues, and you pretty much start from all very close to whereby you died. But mainly, I Want to Be the Guy is built around the premises of unfairness. Everything you encounter for the first time, for the most part, is unfair. So, having a level, can I attack you with a charge shot? If not, I'll have to get out Hornet Chaser. Okay, good. Yeah, having a Megaman level devoted to I Want to Be the Guy. Don't think you're going to get that. Oh, you're going to go after. Oh, you are going to get that. Yay! Having a Megaman level devoted to this is interesting, but yeah, for non-I Want to Be the Guy players, could be extraordinarily frustrating if the checkpoint placement in this level wasn't good, and indeed frequent. And I think that is the case, probably because the creator obviously realised that a lot of the time you're going to be dying over and over and over again. You're probably going to die much more on this stage than you otherwise would in other stages. So yeah, decent placement and frequency of level checkpoints are essential for something like this. And I think, to its credit, the level does that for the most part. So yeah, good job on that at least. Information. Welcome to Needle Castle. Enjoy your stay. We are not responsible for any casualties from impaling. Okay, with the disclaimer out of the way then, let's move on. And we've got ourselves a name for this place, Needle Castle. Not exactly the most imaginative or innovative name, but I guess it serves its purpose. Does what it says on the tin. Okay, and now we get teleported to this area. And I think we get introduced to another sort of concept at this stage, which we've obviously had enemies in the level before, but now we've got unkillable enemies. So, which fits very nicely, I guess, for the I Want to Be the Guy kind of feeling. I don't know whether we've had them. I feel like we must have had them. They must have appeared in an earlier level than this in the contest. So they're not a completely new concept. This timing on this thing is a bit terrible at the moment. Let's go. Yeah, I feel like they must have appeared previously, but if not, then yeah, basically they're enemies that are on stage that work very similar to the usual enemies, but these ones are just unkillable. They're shaded a slightly different colour, yeah, they're easily recognisable for the most part. And yeah, I guess it's yeah, it feels wholly appropriate for a stage like this. Let me put it that way. Okay. Okay, shield attacker, which has scored itself off screen. Okay, fine. If you want to do that, I have no complaints. Down we go. Obviously be careful there with the spikes to move to the relevant section or the appropriate section of the wall. And now we get introduced to the platform sort of staple in I Want to Be the Guy, or indeed I Want to Be the Guy fan games, where it's just all these brown, I think they're brown at least, sort of platforms that don't have a solid bottom, so they have a solid top so you can stand on them. But yeah, you can sort of glitch through them or jump through them. I can't show that off to its fullest. Whoops, that was nearly bad. I'm going to have to shoot through the gap here, aren't I? But the Octopus battery is blocking my shots here. Yeah, I can't show that off to its fullest with Megaman because he doesn't have a double jump. The kid in all the I Want to Be the Guy games has a double jump. Oops, I'm going to click save. Nice. So yeah, as you can see here, yeah, no solid bottom, so you can just sort of sprint up through them, or indeed jump up through them. But yeah, in I Want to Be the Guy, what you would tend to do is like use a jump to sort of get to the bottom of a platform, and then use a double jump to sort of glitch through. And there are lots of sort of areas of games that are actually built around that kind of staple or gimmick. So yeah, that's pretty prevalent in I Want to Be the Guy. But yeah, obviously with Megaman not having a double jump, I can't really showcase that off here. But yeah, the platforms work very similarly. And this section, I remember having an absolute freaking nightmare on. First time I played it, I think I must have died at least 3 times trying to pull off this jump, and then try and maybe do it too quickly, go too haphazardly, and then all of a sudden just decided, yeah, you know, in fact, the best thing to do is just fall off there, isn't there? I never realised that until now. I've just had a massive epiphany that I was like jumping off the edge of that ledge to get on the platform, but you clip that most leftward spike so often, that really is freaking annoying, but you just walk off the platform. Ah! Why did I not realise that first time around? Good grief. Anyway, I've been tilting my head back in frustration while I was doing that, so let me watch the pattern of these platforms. And if I can time this well, I don't think I even need that red platform down the bottom there. I should just be able to jump from solid platform to solid platform and get across. Yeah, cool. Okay, this has me slightly nervous. Actually, forget slightly nervous, very nervous. Okay, that platform is now just not in a good place. Still not in a good place. I'm going to have to wait for this to kind of sync up nicely. That's terrible now. I'm hoping next round will be better. That is not good at all, unfortunately. These platforms are just not synced up nice at all. So you know what? I'll maybe tank the hit and we'll get past that way. Hooey! Right, so this looks reasonably straightforward, I suppose. Just be careful on the jump over the spike, and then yeah, jump up through these platforms as I mentioned earlier. And oh, that does not look particularly nice or friendly. I have to time this well. And pull it off. Nice. And we're at the boss gate. But this does not look nice either. I'm toying whether to use Rush Jet for this. I'm probably not going to, because I'd like to try and pull this off, but this looks like it could be quite awkward. How do I want to play this? This does not look nice. I feel like I'm going to have to mess around on these red platforms way too much. You know what? I'm actually going to be a chicken, I think, and take Rush Jet for this. Because, yeah, if that is indeed the boss gate, which it is, yeah, I don't fancy doing a lot of the level again by dying on literally the last screen. I say I don't know whether the checkpoint placement there, or I can't remember whether the checkpoint placement is there. Maybe it doesn't send me too far back, but yeah, all right, fine. I wussed out there. The kid wouldn't normally have access to Rush Jet, so yeah, I hold my hands up. I wussed out there, but yeah, I'm playing a Mega Man game. Give me a break. Anyway, here's the boss. It's the kid, or the guy. Not quite sure what it actually is supposed to be here, but yeah, and a very appropriate sort of themed boss we've got here as well, with the cherries being the kind of delicious fruit, I should say. There's a sort of a long-running debate or running joke as to whether or not they're cherries or apples, but yeah, so many people just call them delicious fruit instead. But yeah, here we've got the kid. He's pretty much just stays still behind his little barrier there, and we've got different attacks for the different colours of the cherries. So we've got the red ones that come down from the ceiling, for example. These ones which are sort of come in from the right-hand side. I don't know if we've seen any other one at the moment. I feel like we've seen one more, but I can't remember exactly what it is. I feel like we've only really seen the 2 different kinds at the moment, which is a bit disappointing. I'm sure you have more than... Okay, now we have saw this one, which is... Dang it! I actually got a hit to it! So if this was an actual... They could say those ones spread out a lot faster. Yeah, that was annoying. And watch out for his final attack. Or his death move. Another staple of I Want to Be the Guy games is... post-boss attack or post-boss things that will kill you. So obviously here it's not it's a death thing, but might have been if it was spikes that's shot out. That might have been a really kind of freakish thing to do. Though I think they would have had to move a lot slower if they were going to be spikes that did that. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, very very appropriate boss with obviously being the kid and obviously delicious fruit being the main staple of course the original game and indeed all the fan games. But yeah, we're not done with the level quite yet. Although there is the energy element. But yeah, not going to get that yet. Warning, to the left is the entrance to an extra boss for a noble nickel. You will be unable to shoot or pause during it. Good luck. Information. The boss through these doors cannot be damaged. Simply survive its onslaught to win. If you don't wish to fight it, head left to warp out. Well, let's take it on. I get my noble nickel for doing it. And yeah, one of the things I Want to Be the Guy is also famous for is its boss fights. And in more recent times, it's avoidance fights. I'm really disappointed I got hit there, frankly. But yeah, I can't say I'm, in general, a huge fan of the avoidance bosses. I much prefer ones that I would have to hit. Yeah, when an avoidance quote-unquote boss is done well, and I think this boss is absolutely fine, then I don't have a problem with it. It's always nice when it sort of works with the music as well. So, might sort of shut up for a moment here and let you hear the music. The attacks sort of tend to be choreographed with the music, so that's always a kind of nice touch with these bosses. But yeah, sometimes they seem to give you just like a lot of unfair patterns that you can't really dodge. I'm disappointed I've got hit so many times, frankly, as again, and I Want to Be the Guy player, as someone who's done a lot of avoidance bosses, and ones that are 100 times more difficult than this, believe me. I've got hit here way too often for my liking, but oh well. To the point, actually, where I'm still not guaranteed. I feel like I'm guaranteed to win this. I'm also relieved to see not a lot of. We had them earlier. I was about to say non-bouncing projectiles, but here we go. Although these ones are fairly. They're not gonna like, bounce in my path. Let's put it that way. So, yeah. Long-time watchers of I Want to Be the Guy content know I hate bouncing projectiles. But anyway, yeah, a fairly straightforward fight there, or certainly for me at least anyway, as a big I Want to Be the Guy player. But I certainly feel that should not be beyond the capabilities of, you know, well-established Megaman players. Let's put it that way. It's not that difficult, despite my atrocious showing at the start of that avoidance battle. Anyway, yeah, we get our noble nickel for winning. And there's a sort of visible teleporter there, which is a little bit weird. I don't know why the teleporters couldn't be visible themselves, that they are teleporters, but oh well. But yeah, we got our noble nickel. We teleport back to this area, and we can get our energy element and finish the stage. Yeah, not sure I've got too much else really to add to that. I'm obviously a huge I Want to Be the Guy player. I Want to Be the Guy I Want to Be the Guy fan game player. So that stage is really really nice to me. I feel like I think I got through it without dying actually, didn't I? Or if I did die, I don't remember it. maybe once, I can't remember. I don't think I died in it. I'm spacing on that. But it will certainly pose a challenge to I Want to Be the people who are not familiar with I Want to Be the Guy. The one-hit KOs, the amount of spikes. I mean, they're nothing new to Megaman, I suppose. Frankly, pits, spikes all over the place. But this definitely does have a very I Want to Be the Guy vibe to it, and it could throw off a lot of Mega Man players who are not familiar with that. So that could be quite frustrating. But that being said, I think its checkpoint placement, for the most part, is pretty generous, which is absolutely essential for that stage. So yeah, what can I say? I really like that level. Gee, I wonder who made this level. I can't tell. I really like the setups in general here. The use of the needles on your custom platform was pretty clever, but I think the level was just too instant death happy. I understand that's the point of the stage, but it doesn't stop the latter half of the level from being frustrating. Once the more dangerous setups with the platforms came in, it felt like I just kept dying to the spikes over and over just because I hadn't really learned the setup yet, and that led to me redoing the previous setups over and over, and it was just blah. First half level is really good though again. I really like your use of the needles, the boss fight with the kid is pretty fun, if a bit basic, and the extra challenge with the white fruit thing is really, really neat. I haven't seen true bullet hell in Megaman ever before. Overall, I still really like the level, I just really think the second half could have used some more room for error. Very inconsistent level. The first section was a fairly easy and fun stroll with some enemies and spikes, but the Castle Interior was a ridiculously hard platforming challenge that wasn't fun at all. I kind of enjoyed the first boss, but that secret boss was awesome. It was very creative for this contest, and it felt like something straight out of Sound Dodger. However, that boss was pretty extreme without access to E-tanks. Pretty cool I Want to Be the Guy aesthetic. While I'm not really a fan of the sprite work, I think adhering to the source material solely through the needle theming and cherry references would have been enough, but I enjoy the platforming this level has to offer. Having never played the source material myself, I can hardly judge how closely the challenges represented here adhere to a proper curve from said source. However, what I can say is the level provided fair and exciting platforming challenges throughout, until it got to the segment of the Crashman platforms, which put a spike in the difficulty to the point where it's really easy to miss-time a jump and be forced to redo the entire section over. Two sections if you're not smart enough to actually activate the save station, feature which I think wasn't a needed addition, since placing them in a way where they're unavoidable would have made idiots like me less likely to miss out on a checkpoint. The first boss of this stage is rather boring, but I found the optional Tohu boss to be pretty fun to fight, probably due to the music. I wish it had less RNG-based unavoidable sudden hits though. Overall, fun stage for the most part, I just wish it had a more slopey difficulty curve and stuck to its platforming roots. I've got to be honest, the extra boss is the primary reason why this level gets such a high score. It's done in such a creative and interesting manner, and the way it's synced to the music is just impressive. Anyway, regarding the level itself, it's surprisingly manages to remain fair and fun despite the abundance of spikes and other damaging obstacles. However, some parts still remain quite cheap and require high levels of precision. But even with that in the way, there are enough checkpoints to make the experience fun and not tedious. I was expecting to hate this, if only due to its clear inspiration. I mean, it's not exactly great, but the challenge is interesting to play. You actually introduced mechanics well, conveyance was good, there is some interesting setups, it's a bit finicky, and your checkpoint placement is pretty good overall, with notable exception of the final set of rooms. I was expecting spikes to be flying everywhere, and I'm thankful they weren't. For the most part, this level just requires timing and precision, and neither to overly fine degrees. The second crash platform room, whatever its requirements are, they're insane. Either a pixel-perfect jump or sliding underneath the spikes atop the moving platform, which is weird because the rest of the segments give a very clear idea of what they expect from the player. I cannot under any circumstances get through the second crash platform room properly because of either the glitchy nature of the platforms, being unable to time it, or my own loathing of pixel-perfect jumps. Post-judging comment. Some of this came down to messed up collision, this had been fixed post-judging. Bosses were interesting, I get the reference sure, but they were pretty odd and very luck-based. The first one does seem to get easier the longer the fight lasts, and the second one throws maybe a few too many projectiles your way, which if the RNG gods decided to not be in your favour, will lead to deaths more so than just lack of skill. I beat it the first time I fought it, took a few attempts the second time. As an aside, getting it to sync with the music, brilliant. This stage wasn't as bad as first appearances suggest, but it's frustrating toward the end. Okay. 27th place. Beta Sword, Ruined Lad. Score 32.0. 32, 41, 39, 21, 27. 1 energy element and 2 double nickels. I'm just hoping this isn't too much of a letdown after the I Want to Be the Guy stage. I feel like I want to go left there. I feel like that would be a pretty good place to hide an item, or noble nickel if you will. No? Okay. Colour me surprised. We've obviously got a Mega Man 3 Wily 1 theme going on here. Fine then. I'm not too disappointed if it turns out being as easy as the Wily Fortress for Mega Man 3, but maybe from a actual content entry point of view, let's maybe hope it is slightly more difficult. Okay, this looks very much like Wily 1 from Mega Man 3. Almost a little too much at this point in time, to be honest. Really? Thank you. I'm sure another one will be back in a moment, though. Oh, okay. Is that a Mario pipe reference or something? Okay, now we're mixing it up. This does not look wily. Yeah, this definitely does not look wily. One for Mega Man 3 familiar. And now I'm just remembering how much of a backtracking exercise this this level is now. What? Did I scroll it off screen last time? Probably. Probably back on again now. I don't know. Whoa, 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 whoa. Anyway, yeah, you probably saw the key on the the right-hand side of the screen. So yeah, we have to go all the way. I think it's over to the left, at least anyway, to go find the key. I'm a little bit nervous here because I'm not quite sure exactly where I should be going. Assuming down here, yeah. I'm assuming the other areas down there were pits, but yeah. Maybe that could have been a bit better telegraphed or something somehow. I'm not quite sure. Whoa. Okay, well, none of these really. I can't say none of these are too tricky enemies, but of course you have to. I was like shooting like a friggin' maniac, but you had to go and spawn in just as I decided to move on. Okay, fine. Now I don't even need that health. Okay, I'm sensing a Snake Man thing coming up. Double snaky. Okay, that's interesting and somewhat difficult to avoid. Alright. Oh, it's all the block just doing that. Okay, fine. Something's going to... Yeah, so something was going to happen there. That was just awful on my part. Very nice that there's a health pick up there then. That looks suspicious to me. Wow, that took a long time to get to Rush Jet. Yes, good. Oh, I have got wire. I had super arrow I haven't got. Dual satellite unlocked. Oh, that must have not been available, and by collecting the Noble Nickel I actually accessed it in this level? I'll have to check the footage back on that. Must admit, I didn't notice dual satellite was disabled. And by collecting a Noble Nickel, I've enabled it. Okay, that's interesting. Ah! I was expecting to slide all the way through there. Okay, so maybe the other Noble Nickel will give me access to Super Arrow then? That's bad. That's even bad. This is even worse now. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Surely not the boss fight at the end of the stage. No, okay. Just one of the... Well, presumably not, anyway. The giant met enemy from the... Didn't pick up the bolt there. Oh, you can shoot the balls. Okay, that's nice. Anyway, yeah, from Needleman Revisited. Wow. Just doing terribly. What was that? That flashed really bizarrely. And again, if you ever want to farm for bulbs. Can I actually bloody hit you? I'm just having a shocking time at the moment. Thank you. Okay, still no key. And hopefully the music comes back. Yep. Oh, there you are. Oh, thank you. Why go to it when it can come to me? Okay. Met City. Yep. Okay. No, okay, I'm just getting my bearings here. No, I'm trying to remember where I was. Let's hope I can time this out nicely. Yep, fine. Oh, goody. Lovely. Please don't tell me I have to get the key again. Okay, the checkpoint. Alright, I do have to get the key, but the checkpoint's right there. Fine. And yeah, I was nervous about that jump on the way there, so I don't know. I was equally nervous on that jump on the way back. So fine. Maybe I can still make that jump, but let's not risk it. Let's use the bloody red platform as a step in between. Grr. Problem is, where are you? Probably in the middle there, but you know what? Screw it. Fine. Okay, I still need to find one noble nickel. And that would suggest I've missed it somewhere. Assuming this is the boss gate. Oh, music stopped again. Are we changing music for the boss, or what's going on? Oh no, okay, we're changing music for Wily 4 from Megaman 3. And I'm somewhat relieved to see the level actually continue, because that does mean I might well have a chance to get another noble nickel. What the hell? I can't speak. Another noble nickel. Good grief. Dang it. I don't like the look of that jump. Obviously you can make it, but that looked quite far. Okay, I'm sensing there's probably something. I don't know. Probably up. I'm assuming up. Can I get that ladder with rush coil? I can't. I think wheel cutter is in the order of the day. Good. Not sure I'm a fan of. Let's be honest. I'm never a fan of those rocks for chucking enemies. Oh, yeah. Now I've got super arrow unlocked. Okay, that's interesting to have the abilities. Yeah, I remembered that thing was down there. To have the abilities unlock as you collect the noble nickels, although potentially feels a little bit unfair to those who don't go searching for noble nickels. It's like, well, I don't have access to dual satellite or super arrow. I'm not saying they're going to be essential to complete the level, but yeah, I don't trust that jump at all. Sure, I'm going to wuss out again. I might wuss out for the whole of this section, to be honest. Which I never like doing, but I probably didn't need to for some of these later bits, but I've already died once in this stage, don't really feel like doing it again. Assuming I'm going down here? Can't quite tell. I feel like I want to rush jet over there just to see if there's A, anything over there, or B, if that's what I meant to do. It looks like it is what I meant to do. Okay, so I suppose at least then you haven't disabled, like, rush jet and super arrow. That's actually going to be annoying, because I don't think I can get on rush jet now. How the hell am I going to get out of here? I think I'm dead. I don't think I can now. I'm going to have to pull off a cliff jump backwards. I'm stuffed. Unless I can. Yeah, I'm stuffed, I think. I don't think I can shoot low enough to be able to do anything here. Lovely. The only thing I can possibly think of is pulling off a cliff jump here. Which is probably possible, but yeah, okay. Do not get off rush jet. I'm pleased to see the checkpoint here, though. That's nice. Yeah, alright. Do not get off rush jet. I might hide out at the bottom of the stage, then, to avoid all the parachute enemies. Although we do have to keep moving up and down to avoid the yam, though, which are really freaking annoying. The enemies that shoot up from below shouldn't be a problem, because they're always going to shoot. I'm going to stop and get that. Because I feel like I need to refill rush jet. Yeah, these things are never really going to hit me, because they're always just going to shoot way too late in the day, and I'm now getting a bit annoyed with this. Maybe super arrow is the order of the day. Yes, super arrow was the order of the day. That would be that's a much better way of doing that than Rush Jet. Wish I'd known that or remembered that before. I may well have cleared that with Rush Jet the first time I played this level, I don't know, but yeah. Of course, the problem with Rush Jet, well, not a problem, but Rush Jet goes very slowly, so all the enemies spawn in. Super Arrow just goes by, just whizzes by, and none of the enemies have a chance to do anything. So that's definitely the way to go. Oh. Oh, really? Feels a bit unnecessary. I'm going to take you out from over here because I don't fancy dealing with you. I just really, really don't. Right, fine, cool. Are we now done with the level? That looks ominous down there. Splash Woman, Cut Man, Metal Man, Plant Man, Centaur Man. Chill Man, Top Man, Crash Man. Gemini Man, Komuso Man, and Pharaoh Man by the look of it, I think. A dock robot fight. With lots of health. And yeah, it looks like it indeed does have all the abilities, potentially, of the Robot Master we've just seen in the corridor. So, oh, that's Gemini Man. And that's Centaur Man. I guess this has the makings to be quite fun, but I could see this being... That looked like Charge Man. Being very frustrating from the point of view of not knowing or having a clue which Robot Master the dock thing here is doing. And wow! Slow down much? If that persists, I will resort to weapons. Although I don't know again if you have different weapon weaknesses for which Robot Master you're using, or whether there's just one weakness for the whole lot. Actually, you've got 3 bloody health bars. Yeah, I think I am going to need to use, well, probably either E-tanks or weapon weaknesses. There's no way I'm going to pull this off. There's no way I'm going to pull this off just the Buster only with this. So frankly, with weapons that I don't know what they are, do you actually do something where you jump every time you jump every time I shoot? If you do, that is nice to the point of view that I can then predict. Okay, I did not twig that before. So it's like a constant Crash Man kind of in action here. Okay, I did not appreciate that. That changes everything. Let's give this some goes. If I don't do it this go, Buster only. Probably not going to do it this go because I didn't realise that until way too late in the day. But depends what move you do here. You've got to be joking me, haven't you? You've just got to be kidding me. Oh, why? Nonetheless, now that I've twigged that, I don't know why I perhaps didn't twig that before. That obviously makes a huge difference to the point where I can now predict, or it doesn't necessarily matter, I guess, what Robot Master you're going to be summoning. That I can, yeah, now predict when you're going to jump. So I obviously saw, like, Crash Man or Plant Man, for instance, and thought, dig it. Well, how do I know? Like, and obviously they were jumping sort of of their own accord, and it's a bit like, well, how do I know when I need to jump, when I need to sort of, you know, stay still, when I need to stay away from you? But yeah, obviously Crash Man and Plant Man are sort of more specific, but yeah, with a main gimmick the main concept. Wow, friggin' sliding! I'm going to do worse than I did last time again. Possibly because you gave me more awkward moves this time. I don't know, but yeah, terrible again this time. And here I was thinking that I'd be able to pull this off this go with the knowledge of how you work, but yeah, it's going to be friggin' worse than it was last time. Great. Why could I have not got that friggin' final hit in last time? Maybe you just used decent attack slot the go where I nearly got you. after I twigged what was going on. I don't know. A lot of the time there I just felt like I was getting, I don't want to say unfair moves, but yeah, just not the nice ones. Okay, you seem to like Plant Man quite a lot this time. Yeah, Crash, Splash. I don't really like Centaur, and I don't like Cutman, but I don't like Gemini either, but particularly since Gemini laser stays on screen for so friggin' long. Oh, Gemini followed by Cut, followed by whatever that's supposed to... Oh, Centaur, yeah. Wow. Which ones don't I like? I might as well just say them again, so you can spam them all again in quick succession. Seriously? And again! All three in a row! I beat you that code, but I don't care! You did Gemini followed by Cut, followed by Centaur, I think. I can't remember the order, but you did those three again consecutively. Why? Anyway. A pretty long stage, obviously paying much of an homage to Wily 1, or actually, sorry, the Wily 4, or a lot of Wily 1 at the beginning, but it moved on to Wily 4 as well from Mega Man 3. So it's a fairly long stage. You obviously have to go quite a long way back, to backtrack to get the key in order to unlock the door. But I like the where the Noble Nickels are hidden. I think that's just quite nice. I guess I'm not sure how I feel about the idea that you unlock Dual Satellite and Super Arrow for collecting the Noble Nickels. That actually makes me think whether I should have tried those two things out on the boss, on Doc Robot, and seen whether they were his weakness. Probably. Dual Satellite probably more than Super Arrow, but or better chance at least anyway, but I don't know. Yeah, a fairly decent level, if maybe felt like a little bit too long, and the boss actually, once I twigged what was going on, is fine. I feel like it's maybe got a bit too much health, maybe 3 full health bars is probably just a bit too much. It feels like it drags on a little bit, but no, overall fairly decent stage, and yeah, not too bad at all. Interesting Mega Man 3 style level, though I have a few issues with it. The first half is mostly fine, though the free skull section feels like you're making blind jumps sometimes. Hologram at the beginning is kind of dumb because it just makes you wait until it goes off screen. Double Snake mini boss is incredibly overwhelming, and I don't know if it's possible to do without getting hit. The giant net mini boss basically just amounts to mashing because it just flies in and out, just shooting range, and all of its projectiles can be destroyed with one shot. The rest is fine though, and I actually really like the Met section. The second half brings its own set of issues, mainly from using junk golems, which are awful enemies that are basically impossible to not get hit by unless you do absolutely perfect movements, and they're in quite a few rooms in very obnoxious places. I also question the decision to bring back the Rush Jet section from the original Mega Man 3, because I'm pretty sure no one liked that. I didn't. Thankfully you can scoop with Super Arrow. Doc Robot I feel is too unpredictable and inconsistent sometimes. Sometimes it feels like he just fires Gemini laser wherever he feels like it. It also doesn't help that he has high contact damage and a ton of health. He does sort of have a rhythm to him, though, because he is the Crash Man AI, so it's not too bad. So overall it's an interesting level, it just has some issues that keep me from really liking it. I really like how this level starts as Wily 1 for Mega Man 3 and then transforms into a much more non-linear level. It's a very creative concept and it really took me by surprise. My main issue is that underwater section which is full of blind jumps. Another thing is, although this was a really good level, it did feel like it started to overstay its welcome a bit. It easily could have ended after I got the key, but that was actually about the halfway point, where it transitioned into Mega Man 3's Wily 4. It took me a few deaths to learn that Rush Jet section, which was annoying. The boss was pretty cool and I liked the ominous feel of the section leading up to it, but did it really need 3 health bars? Pretty neat Wily stage type stage. I like the throwback to Mega Man 3 in the beginning and how you're just further exploring the sewers beneath the fortress. There's a large variety of challenges here, most of which I like, some of which often kill me before I could react though. Those deaths were usually my fault for not paying enough attention. Every time I arrived at the ladder area, my first death went to the spikes you can see as you enter the room. Generally I prefer what the second half of the level has to offer, with some tricky platforming segments, and a Rush Jet section I accidentally skipped the Super Arrow, but I felt really crappy for doing so. The boss is a cool combination of various robot masters, though it has a metric ton of HP, and I feel like 2 full bars would have been more than enough. The scripts in this stage also crashed quite a few times when I died, which is unfortunate. Overall, a cool and pretty challenging stage. First, I'll admit my bias toward levels that are based on already existing stages. I'm saying this because this level is based on Mega Man 3's Wily 1 and doesn't do that great of a job at sewing something? I'm sure it's going to be doing something interesting with it. Aside from that, the level just kind of sucks. Often the placement of enemies and other obstacles gets really irritating to deal with, particularly in the Rush Jet section, and the bosses are way too difficult, not to mention how bad the collision is and how the level takes 10 seconds to load. On the bright side, I think some of the ideas here aren't too bad, but they were executed poorly. Most of its stage is average. The clever parts of the stage were the Super Arrow Easter egg, and the second mid-boss was pretty cool, a little hard to hit. Checkpoints were well placed, and I liked the transition from Tile Set 1 to Tile Set 2. That was neat. The stage copies a lot of stage design from the actual Wily stages, which is okay in concept, but these sections are quite literally filler we've already played. The original segments come with some glaring issues though. The twin big snaky fight wasn't fun, you get mouse to spam with both snakies firing at the same time, rather than having a balancing act, making dodging in that section all but impossible. There are also several blind jumps enemies in the large water room, which is frankly ridiculous. But I really take exception to your boss. Its content is pretty cool, all of the dev kit bosses loaded into one dock robot, that's awesome, but you fail completely to actually do any of this well. There is no tells or indications of what attack he's going to pull off, so luck is required to dodge anything, no colour scheme swapping, no image in the background to tell you what attack he's going to use next, nothing. He just picks a random attack, pulls it off immediately, and then picks another random attack. Ugh, a cool concept ruined. And then you gave him 3 health bars with no changes to the boss fight as you go through said health bars. No phases, no nothing. He's just got a ton of health for no reason. I'm sorry, what? There is no justification for that, and it's just there to force players to use E-tanks, as dodging the boss's attacks can sometimes be impossible. Your boss fight ruined any goodwill I had left. Yeah, I think I commented on the 3 health bars being too much. 2 would probably have been nice. And I completely agree with A-Spark, we had a last judge, about having some kind of tell as to what kind of attack was coming next would have been nice. But it's not too bad. But yeah, 3 health bars where nothing changes and it's literally just the same fight for the duration of 3 health bars is just, yeah, a bit too much. Anyway, Scorchman from Zookman Z. Or Zookman Z, sorry. Don't bother me, I'm trying to drown my sorrows in Wily combos. Burger Joe, I had someone shout at me today over burning their sausage rolls. We don't even serve sausage rolls here. Heck, what even is a sausage roll? Tiny Tim, kids meal, toy, I want the toy, I want it now. Okay then. Bob Cratchit, I hate this kid. Solar Man, sigh, no, the Wily combo does not come with a toy. That's for enjoyment courses. And, yeah, again, Wily combos for 5 zenny again, but the energy balance are up there for some reason. Did we get the energy balance for 5 zennies? Is the energy balance edible? So many questions. Anyway, Infobox 1600. Tier 7 boss. So yeah, we finished with the levels in Tier 7. Let's do the boss. Let's finish off this tier. Yeah, not sure how I feel about this fight. Wait a minute, who are you? Pepsi Man. I've been awaiting your arrival. My name is Pepsi Man. Pepsi? I don't know. I'm not really into that. I definitely prefer What? How dare you deny the best cola to ever exist in the universe? I am going to wash your sinful preferences off of your circuit with phosphoric acid. Okay, I'll admit the fake out's nice. However, that being said, then we have this boss fight. Future. There will be no fighting during my shift. Oh, it is you, Megaman. Are you here so that you can taunt me for working at McWiley's? To laugh at the one reduced to this menial labour. I was classically trained, a literary star. You would mock me? Why do you jest? I am death, I am your end, I am future. Death, kill, destroy, murder, exterminate, exterminate, exterminate! I probably could have done the Dalek voice there in hindsight, but nah. Not that this fight isn't or reasonably easy to hit the boss and whatnot. I just think some of his attacks are quite tricky to dodge. And then when he starts pulling off rubbish like this, where now my momentum and movement is heavily nerfed, or heavily stunted, sorry, to the point where, oh, I should be, and I completely forgot that I then should be, presumably then shooting the bloody skull above me to actually get rid of the effect of that. Yeah, his attacks are quite tricky to dodge, I find, and I'm going to die. Lovely. Well, it is my first time fighting this in quite a while, so yeah. But yeah, his attacks are annoying to dodge, and if it were just this part of the fight as well, do we have to go through that whole rim roll again? Okay, we go through that, but not the text, hopefully. Fine, I'm cool with that. Yeah, this is not the entire fight. We're going to have effectively a post-boss attack, which is pretty annoying. How do I actually get rid of this thing? Is it after a certain time then? Because actually, yeah, I can't seem to shoot the damn thing. Or do I have to be on the ground and shoot it with a charge shot? I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't think I do. I think it just sort of goes away after a certain period of time. So again, this fight's going to be even worse than the previous one. Or do I have to force the axes or the sides, sorry, to hit it? rather than me to get rid of it. Again, I feel like I'm doing worse on these bloody boss fights. Seriously. The first go tends to be like the best one until I actually pull it off. I'm going worse at boss fights. It's ridiculous. Well, to be fair, I think you did just spam the bloody skull thing there that made me maybe not be able to move or jump very high, which was really freaking annoying. You're also now too high for me to, a lot of the time, for me to hit you. But yeah, I can't get rid of this thing. My jump is stunted. It doesn't seem to. Yeah, the size are sort of actually look like they would hit it, but they're not getting rid of it. So it's just, it's another boss that just has a lot of attacks that are really freaking annoying to dodge, and I prefer it over Cheap Man from Rockman CX, which was the boss from Tier 6. But again, just if this thing wants to keep spamming the bloody skull above my head to stunt my movement, then yeah, I can't hit you. And it's just a complete waste of time. I'm taking mass amounts of damage. Unless I have to hit you while you're doing that. As if it's some kind of like... As if it's like a Toadman kind of rain flush thing. I.e., by hitting you, I stop you from doing it. If that's the case, I never twigged that before. I don't know how obvious that is. And I've hit you there. I swear I hit you there before you should have been able to do it. So, yeah, no, seriously, the size that kind of like come from behind you are also really freaking annoying. They loop round. And in theory I've done it, but actually I haven't, because now we've got this, and I have got 1 HP. So if I get hit here, I have to redo the boss again. This, which I have done, thank you, right at the end as well. That's nonsense. That is completely freaking unnecessary. Oi. What? Wait a minute, who are you? What? We're doing this again. Why? Because I killed you? And now we've got to do that ringroll again? The dialogue looked exactly the same. I'm also now not prepared with a charge shot, so I'm going to be going into this with a little less time right off the bat hitting you. But yeah, no, that fire thing at the end is just... Why? It was not needed. It seriously just was not needed. Some of those bloody... fire, or some of that fire is just incredibly hard to dodge. It's all over the place. It goes on for way too freaking long. And yeah, it's just completely friggin' unnecessary. Here's hoping I can pull it off this time, because I've got a bit of extra health. So I think, oh great. I think I've got 3 hits, because I've now got, I can tank 1 more, oh blimey. I could tank 1 more hit. Yeah, I could take 2 but not 3 there. That was also pretty dreadful in the end there, but yeah, seriously, that post-boss attack stuff was just nonsense. I could live with it, and I want to be the guy in this level as a one-off thing, but which isn't going to kill you, by the way, because you're like, unless you're ridiculously low on health. But to be honest, you're probably going to use an E-tank there anyway. I know I'm not doing these with E-tanks. I'm sort of trying to force myself, or trying to show off beating without using E-tanks. I know I'm being stubborn in that sense, and I really should probably be using E-tanks. But seriously, that post-boss, the issue I have with that boss is multifaceted. I don't like the stunted movement that he seems to give you, which is pretty much like all the time. I got really lucky that fight, by the way. He didn't seem to do it. I don't think he did it at all. Or if he did it, he did it once right at the very end when I could still jump up and hit him because he was low down. So that was kind of nice of him. But yeah, that's just annoying. The stunted movement there, and that post-boss stuff with the fire. It's just ridiculous. Seriously, there are moments there where there's so little room to weave in between the fire falling from the sky. It goes on for a good 10 to 15 seconds, if not longer. And yeah, if you die there, you have to do the whole bloody boss battle again, and apparently have to sit through the dialogue again. So no, I don't like that boss. Not a fan of that boss in the slightest. I still prefer him over Cheap Man, the Tier 6 boss, but why? That boss just did not need a lot of what's going on there. And plot. Megaman. Why is it so dark all of a sudden? I can't move, so yeah, I was going to say something better happen. Otherwise my game's crashed. I presume I've got enough noble energy elements to trigger this now? presumably. This is I think that's what's going on here. Dr. Lime, what is happening? Wily. I see Wily has his new hideout. Attention citizens, it's me, Dr. Wily, paying your regularly scheduled visit. I'm on a strict budget, so please excuse the rather basic entrance, at least comparatively. Take a gander at my newest fortress, the Wily Star 2, with its newest ability to tear apart reality. You, Megaman, meet me at the deepest part of the fortress, or else I'll fire the reality cannon. Ha, Peppy. If you could make it up here, even. Sure. Reality cannon. Meet me in my lab. I'll try to upgrade Rush, like the last time you went to fight in a Wily Star. I guess we'll do that to at least maybe trigger the music back. I believe this would set me on the path to the Wily Fortress, so I'm not gonna do that. But let's activate this and then we'll sort ourselves out and get back to tier 8. Sigh. Megaman, I just detected a force field around the Wily Star. It's specifically made to repel Rush, presumably because of last time. I can build a spaceship for you, but we will need to get a lot of materials. What if I told you that you already had everything you need? You just never want to leave me alone, do you? Who might you be? A friend of Megaman. No, he's not. If you'd let me talk, you'll be greatly satisfied. You don't need to collect any more materials. You may be able to get to Wily with just the power of the energy elements you have collected. What do you mean? Well, I'm sure you know how energy elements can power devices, given Gamma, the last festival, etc. Well, when enough of them are left to their own devices, they can cause violent reactions. Now you may think, what does this have to do with getting to Wily? Well, we may be able to have them create a super spaceship for us. Now hold on, how could they create a spaceship for us? They're not sentient, are they? Maybe not, but sometimes it almost seems like they have minds of their own. I've worked with them before. It always feels like they know what you want. Either way, there's no harm in giving it a shot. Just release the energy elements out and see what happens. I guess. Might as well try it. Wait, that actually worked? You were right? So I was. I suppose I really am getting closer to figuring them out. But yes, with this bike you can make it to Wily's castle. Wily's force field won't detect it. Wow, astonishing. I have to research this. Megaman, be safe. Good luck. Once you go after Wily, you won't be able to come back until he's defeated. So if you have any simulations you want to check out before you leave, feel free to do so. I'm sure that we have a bit of time. Yeah, why not? It's not like the world might be ending or the reality cannon might distort this world as we know it. Yeah, sure, let's continue playing simulations. Okay, good, and the music did start back up again. Good. And I still don't have 80 noble nickels. In fact, even if I got the one that I missed in tier 6, I still wouldn't have 80. I'd only have 79, so I still couldn't buy or get the next upgrade from Nightman, even if I collected the one I didn't have. So yeah, let's head to tier 8 and then we'll finish the video. Cold Man, I'm skipping work at my Wily's today. It's so degrading that they use me as their refrigerator. Oh. Businessman, what amazing potential this simulation technology has. We could use it to create infinite money. I feel like we've talked to Oil Man before, or maybe that was Mag Mammal 1, maybe I'm getting confused. But oh boy, Noble Nickels up the wazoo in tier 8. Yeah, I'll leave it there. This video's probably gone on long enough. Just yeah, had some fun with some bosses in this video. Not to mention that 2 of the levels were quite long. So yeah. Anyway, tier 7 done, fully completed. Still missing that one Noble Nickel from tier 6, but that's about it. Other than that, we've fully done everything I can do. And yeah, as we've obviously seen with the plot and the cutscene, we could go to Wily Fortress now. It does seem to have been activated by collecting a certain number of energy elements, but yeah, I'm not going to do that yet. We're going to finish going through the contest level entries, so clearing out tiers 8, 9 and 10, and then we'll go after Wily. But yeah, that's the end of this video, end of tier 7, and I hope you join me next time for the beginning of tier 8. Should be getting to some really, really high quality levels there. Looking forward to it. Hope to see you then, but until then, cheerio.